So this past week I competed at the World Pro Trials that was held in the Bronx, and this was already my third tournament I've done this year. I've done Europeans, I did the Fight to Win, and of course I did the trials in New York. And although the results haven't been perfect, the matches haven't been clean like I always expect. I feel like my mental approach that I've had going into this year, which is kind of being less conservative in my matches, kind of just going for it more regardless of what positions I end up in, has led to, first of all, more exciting matches and more positive results. I think in the past years I've had tournaments where I've won, but I've squeaked things by, and I don't feel like that's as satisfying as kind of going for it. Whether you win or lose, it's more of a satisfying feeling when you go after that. And I want to show you guys a few techniques that I went over or that I was able to do in the last few tournaments that have helped me break out of just being conservative and thinking a lot about strategy, and have kind of opened my game up more and have led to good positions for myself. One way I've been trying to break out of having a conservative game and kind of just playing with the strategy is not giving a crap about getting caught in the 50-50. And as I play Delahiva and Barambolos, and as I come up to sweep, there are a lot of times when guys know to try to put you in a 50-50 and to avoid getting caught in leg drags. But I've actually had pretty good success so far in the last few competitions, not just giving up the sweep and going the seesaw battle here, but actually being able to stay on top and turn the 50-50 into a leg drag position. And it's not always the easiest thing. It's not the easiest thing to drill, but when I compete, I've actually had good success with it. I feel really strong from this position. So from here, first of all, what I always like to do is I like to try to I bring my right arm under my leg and I start reaching for the collar. So I'm really anchoring him down. And I alternate from staying on my knee to standing up here. But what my goal always is to try to throw my leg over. And it's not always the easiest thing. Sometimes we have to time it a little bit. If they're wrapping around my leg, it's not going to be easy to do that, obviously. So I almost kind of have to bait them a little bit. And I start turning away from them here as much as possible. And whenever they start loosening up, or whenever they just give me an opening from here and they're trying to go for a sweep, or they're trying to open up from here, then I can start trying to come back down to my knee and throwing the leg over. And as soon as I throw the leg over, I'm always trying to get really heavy. Boom. Right into the leg drag from here. Now, if I can't always get that, sometimes I end up in a position where where my leg is kind of up on his shoulder from here. And now it becomes a battle of him trying to pass the leg over, back over to the other side and get back into the 50-50, and me bringing my knee to the mat. So this is when this hand on the collar really comes into play. What I even like to do, I even like to try to almost just put my fist in the throat here, and I'm trying to get as heavy as I can on this leg. So as he tries to pass the leg over, to try to bring it back, I'm gonna get really heavy from here. And sometimes the guy even starts choking from here and it gets really uncomfortable. So I just really try to focus on driving all my weight to my right. And sometimes it can take a little bit of time. I'll take the pressure off a little bit here. And slowly but surely, if the guy's really strong, maybe it'll take longer. If he's not, maybe I'll drive my knee right to the mat. But either way, once I get my knee to the mat, then I'm good from here and I have the leg drag. Even if the guy has the figure 4 on my leg, I'm not concerned from here. As long as my knee is on the mat, I feel like there's no way that he's gonna be able to pull my leg back. Whenever I'm in the leg drag, I'm always making sure that I keep my elbow to the inside. If I keep my elbow out, it's easy for him to bring his knee back in and maybe he can start creating space. So I'm always making sure I'm keeping this elbow in. My tricep is gonna meet his thigh here, and I'm always pinching down right here. And now what I can always look to do is I look to pummel my legs. So I'll look to push down the leg, circle around, and my goal is to get my bottom foot, get my trapped leg behind his bottom leg right here. And as soon as I can do that, then I have the opportunity to pass. But until then, he's kind of, with this figure 4, with my knee on the mat, I feel like he's always just delaying the inevitable. So even if he's gonna hold on here, that's fine. I take my time. I kind of just focus on pummeling the leg. So I'll use my far leg to push this leg down. And now his knee, I'm just gonna go right over the knee here. And once I can create that space, I'll go behind the legs. And now that really opens the side. And at the World Pro Trial, I was able to get that a good amount of times, starting from the 50-50. I think I got that in about maybe 3 of my matches. It's just not accepting the sweep, not just kind of falling back and as soon as he would start opening up, maybe he would kind of try to use his arms or something, and then I'd be able to bring the leg over. Of course, there's a bit more of a timing position here, and then I make sure I really stay heavy. Whether my foot's on the mat or my knees on the mat, I'm always driving my weight to my right with my leg dragging side, and I get heavy from here. And each match I did a good job of pummeling the leg in and walking over to the side, or if he turned away, I'd be able to take the back as well. So this was one thing, not only at the World Pro Trials, but at the Europeans as well, with some like really good guys who know a lot about the 50-50. I was able to get this on, so it was good.